What is up, guys? We're gonna do a tier list of all of the characters in Joe Wick and Jeff Wick, the series,
sir.
based on how powerful they are. You know, power scaling videos. This is one of them.
All right, so we have 4 tiers here. We have the elite fighters of the series.
High
We
tier,
have high tier.
competent, so they're like
Competent.
okay, and
And
then
then the
fodder,
fodder.
just
So-
like terrible.
Let's start off near the bottom here. Obviously, the most fodder characters here in here are all of the Wing Shing Ting forces.
We actually just hired kids for that part of the
We went
movie.
and hired a bunch of 11-year-olds. Now, speaking of feats, I don't think they have any feats, right?
Nope.
They're
All
just
they
kids.
did,
They're
all they did was they lose to Jeff Wick over and over again, and then at the end, the Wing Shing Ting forces lose to Jeff Wick's forces, the Redizsus people.
Yeah.
At the
It's just not
Sword
good.
Fort.
It's just not good for them. So
Obviously
yeah,
not
obviously
very good.
the worst.
Let me go to the next ranking. The Redizsus people, also not that good. Almost all of these characters scale above every single mainline named character that we have, and even
Yeah, I
including
mean
the
they're NPC enemies,
LMAO
yeah.
and LMFAO, obviously.
Yeah.
So now, as we go to the Orders forces, all of these guys are pretty competent.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're just not. They just don't compare to
Yeah.
Joe Wick at all.
Yes, of course, compared to the main characters,
Still
they're not
NPCs, just you know.
as good. And I'd say, okay, so Redizsus goes
They're better.
above
They're
Wing
better
Shing
than
Ting.
Wing Shing Ting, and
And then Giovanni's people, I think, are the best people.
Yeah.
Or what do you think? Is Giovanni's outcasts better than the Orders forces?
I think they get more hits in, definitely. You know that one scene where I get hit over the head with a shovel. Like, they try to fight back at least. You know.
Yeah, Giovanni is definitely the toughest fight out of
Yeah.
his men and Giovanni himself, the toughest fight for Joe Wick.
Can we talk about that scene? That scene is so good. I think that's the best scene in Joe Wick.
The club
By
name
far.
is crazy, bro. Alright, now on the mainline characters, I think we can safely establish
LMAO and LMFAO.
LMFAO
Crazy
as
names.
the worst.
Those-
Yo, why did I name these guys this? It's like that one video where
that one China.
He's a hacker. He's a Chinese hacker.
LMFAO.
Oh, so there's 2. That's
LMAO. LMAO.
Yeah, it's 2 separate characters. And it actually is also pretty cool too because we're brothers. And I think out of the competent characters, that's also where the bartender goes.
Oh yeah, the bar. No, let's
course.
put him at the top because he actually
Yeah.
stands.
Yeah,
his
top
own.
of the competent forces.
Should we also put
Um,
Liam there because he also fights with Joe Wick and
Liam, I think
Survives.
Liam is fodder.
Liam. Okay.
Liam does-
That's right. He gets destroyed. That's like he's good. He's okay at like running away and.
I mean, that's not
it-
fighting,
it's,
bro. Like he's
He
just running.
gets like caught. He kind of just gets destroyed.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to put him in competent or fodder, and if he's
put him
better,
in fodder.
because no, but I find it hard to believe that he scales below any of the Jeff Wick era unnamed
No.
characters.
Jeff Wick era, they LMAO and LMFAO, they do fight against like Jeff Wick or something, and they last like a little bit. So I think they're better. They're like competent.
So you think these guys are better than Liam, but obviously Joe Wick is a better fighter than Jeff Wick, and these two fight Jeff Wick.
Oh, that's true.
And they lose pretty quick. LMAO loses quick. No, LMFAO in 3 loses quick. But LMAO, no, LMAO in
It's
2.
It's hard to distinguish them, right?
LMAO in 2 gives Jeff like a minute's worth of fight. Liam Spark gives Joe Wick 30 seconds. So he's right in between how far these guys last. And I said the higher difficulty pretty much evens out. So I'd say it's kind
Should we
of
add another tier and then like?
No.
Okay, yeah. Let's put him in competent then.
Yeah, let's see at the bottom of competition because we can see much fighting.
I think
ability
fodder
from him.
is like they get down in one hit, basically.
Yeah, I mean
Fodder's for, like, waves.
Joe Wick,
Right.
you know, maybe not sweated, but you know, Had to breathe hard a few times for Liam.
It's like a light cardio workout.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
I think
Let's
that's a
move
good
on to high tier.
high tier. Well, first of all, do we think Alfred is like the late stage Jeff Wick characters, Alfred and Darth Baber, do they fall in high tier or do they fall in competent?
Honestly, I don't remember the Darth Baber fight. It's all a fever dream. Yeah, most of Jeff Wick is a fever dream. But
I think
Darth Baber, it's all in the dark.
I think he's
and
fodder, but he's higher than either
Yeah,
of the Jeff
definitely.
Wick era factions.
He lasts a while, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
Alfred is competent, but I don't think he's better than Bartender or the Orders Forces. I think he's right about here. Because
Really?
think about how it scales, right? These two fought Jeff Wick, got folded immediately. This takes longer.
He's not Jeff
And
Wick.
these were a pretty hard matchup, right? For Joe Wick. So not only did it take longer for them to go down, but it was also against a tougher opponent in Joe Wick as opposed to Jeff Wick.
Oh.
So these guys have to be above Alfred.
Okay.
And I
Resume.
think it's time for the main characters of the Jeff Wick stuff. Like Jeff Wick and Joe Phonda. Where do they fall? Jeff Wick scales above Joe Phonda, definitely.
They're similar, I think.
I
They're
think
like evenly matched. I think in the last, in all their fights, they go hand for hand.
But if I think back to
Oh wait, no, Joe Phonda gets destroyed every time though.
like, does Joe Phonda actually land anything against Joe Wick or no?
Joe Phonda against Jeff Wick.
This is what I'm thinking
Oh
about.
man, Jeff Wick, Joe Wick. This is confusing.
And where does Musashi place in all of this? And Jimmy, for that matter.
Jimmy's probably one of the lower ones.
Let's go ahead and place Jimmy incompetent. I'd say he's below the Bartender because Musashi is worse than Jeff Wick, right? But Bartender lasts longer against Joe Wick than Jimmy does against Musashi, an inferior fighter. So
Yeah.
Jimmy has to be lower.
Okay,
But it's also like Musashi's significantly worse, right? And some of these Giovanni and some of Giovanni's outcasts, they lasted longer.
That might also just be because Joe Wick's tired.
I
at
think
that point.
I think who you're fighting matters a
Yeah.
lot in where you are in the rankings.
Mm.
And for that matter, we should also put Joe Phonda. Oh, okay. So who here has fought Jeff Wick, right? They all fought Jeff Wick. Joe Phonda gives the hardest time to Jeff Wick
Yeah.
than Alfred. So he's above any of these characters, basically.
Yeah.
But is he better than the
We
faction?
need to split this off into high tier at this point. We need to like break off. Like, at what point do they become high tier?
Okay. I think a benchmark for him to hit is he better than the Bartender?
Oh really? Okay.
Because think about the
Bartender
fight
lasts a little bit against Joe Wick. That
Bartender-
could also just be like Joe Wick just like toying with him because he needs info. He doesn't need to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Wick was asking the questions, and then
Yeah.
he had him against there, and he pulled the gun on him. So, and then Bartender folded.
Yeah.
So is Bartender better than Joe Phonda? That's the question right now. Because I
It
think
doesn't feel like it though.
I think
'cause-
this is some pretty good scaling here. We have here. Oh, and
Because Joe Phonda still lasts a long time with Jeff Wick. Plus, he goes over. He destroys like all of.
and let's
all
not
of
forget,
these.
Joe Phonda was about to win against Jeff Wick.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah.
Wick was about to win. He is the only one of these characters who have catched a dub, and Jeff Wick isn't. Jeff Wick's not a pushover.
Yeah.
You know, I think that rockets him to the top of the competition. And
No, I think bottom high tier.
and in vitro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
He's close to Jeff Wick.
Joe
Not
Phonda
quite
and Jeff
competing.
Wick's record. Joe Phonda loses at the beginning of 3, wins at the end of
Plus,
3,
he destroys.
loses
all the-
at 4. But in 4, Jeff Wick's a better fighter.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously something that happened that made Jeff Wick a better fighter. So this Jeff Wick scaling above Joe Fonda probably isn't debatable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So now we're left with our 5 heavy hitters from Joe Wick.
All right.
My man might
Let's
assume
see.
you, but he doesn't count.
Let's put Santiago in the lowest.
Does Santiago scale above Jeff Wick or Joe Fonda?
By the way, this isn't his actual name. We're like.
I mean Victor.
Victor
Santiago.
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 Freaking. What are the other
Never
names?
mentioned, but his name is. But I think he's competent. But we haven't seen a lot of his prowess.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
split between Joe Wick and Jeff Wick, we don't really see a lot of enemies fight each other from either side. So it's hard to rank them based on each other. What if we go by like raw, like how powerful do you think that they are?
Okay, let's ask.
Instead of like fighting.
Would he win against these 2 characters in high tier?
I think so.
What you think he would beat Jeff Wick?
Well, actually, no. We don't actually see like his prowess in like.
I think he beats Joe Fonda, but not Jeff Wick.
Like we're working on, we're working on a little project.
New content coming up.
New content, but he goes pretty hard in there. So.
I think he's better than Joe Fonda.
Yeah.
I think Joe Fonda would.
That's a fair
would
assumption.
lose.
Joe Fonda's
But like these 2 are close.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Jeff Wick is on another, or maybe we've been overrating Jeff Wick. Maybe we've been overrating Jeff Wick and Joe Fonda.
Temin's over there going like, what the? Yeah, turn the camera on. Turn the camera on.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
And now we're left with the four.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Joe Wick is obviously.
Joe Wick.
He's there.
Giovanni. Albright scales.
Close.
We haven't seen him, but Giovanni was winning harder than Albright was.
I think so. Yeah. It was more even with Joe Fonda and Joe Wick and.
Does Musashi belong with any of these people in Elite? Is he in that echelon?
Oh man.
Musashi.
He might be overrating Musashi.
I think Musashi's high
might be
tier.
high tier.
He dumpsters everyone from the Jeff Wick era.
I don't think he beats Albright though. Because Joe Wick dumpsters Musashi.
Yeah. If you look at the Musashi fight compared to the final fight, Albright lasts how long? Like 2 minutes, and he has Joe Wick on the ground, and he maybe could have won the fight if he kept attacking, but he wanted Joe Wick on his side.
Dude, look at this. It's beautiful.
He wanted Joe Wick.
It makes sense. This makes sense though, right? You look at this image and you're like, it makes sense.
Now let's see if we have any. No, but I think the real question here is, does Giovanni lasting shorter against Joe Wick put him above Albright? Or does Albright giving Joe Wick a longer run for his money put him above Giovanni?
Giovanni goes above Albright. Because here's the thing, in the fight, in the fight, Joe Wick gets dumpstered, and his only saving grace is that he gets weapons. You know, he just finds weapons on the floor or something. Like in hand-to-hand combat, like Albright was he lasted longer, of course, but that's because Joe Wick was on the same level. They were going back and forth. With Giovanni, it was just kind of Joe Wick kind of didn't have much of a chance. So I think he goes above Albright. And not to like
because
away,
it's like
but,
dominance versus time. Like Giovanni was like, let's say the fight went longer than it did between Joe Wick and Giovanni. Would Joe Wick have turned the tables, or is Giovanni's style too better? Because if we look at our 3 elite fighters, right?
Yeah.
Joe Wick is characterized by high impact kicks and momentum. As soon as he gets momentum against anyone, it's over for them, right? Like as soon as Joe Wick started piling on the hits onto Musashi, it ended in that judo throw, and Musashi was done, right?
Yeah.
As soon as Joe Wick landed that 2 tornado on Albright,
That was
over.
good. That was a good. Yeah.
Right? Actually, I think I agree with you now because he never finds that against Giovanni.
Yeah.
He lucks out into the gun. Maybe if it went longer and that gun wasn't there, Joe Wick would have won in the same manner against he did as Albright and Musashi and the other notable 1v1s he takes.
Yeah.
But with what we have, yeah, Albright does seem higher. And
Alright.
I think we should go on to kind of figuring out the high tier now. So why does... So intuitively, I think Musashi scales above Jeff Wick. But...
Doesn't Santiago... Or no, doesn't Victor scale above Musashi though?
Victor above Musashi... So what do we know about both of them, right?
I mean,
Victor
is
is...
kinda like...
Victor is Albright's right-hand man, so he obviously has combat experience. But we see in the rankings,
Yeah.
he's absent. And Musashi's number 2. You know? What are you doing?
Okay, but like, here's the thing. Musashi got absolutely dumpstered by Joe, while Victor was like actually like stood a chance against him. And they were both going like full power, you know?
So we
They
should
won't get dumpstered.
so we should scale these two based on how hard they lose to Joe, right?
Well,
Or
when we've seen
lost
Joe
to
Wick, when
Joe
we've seen
Wick,
Joe Wick, Victor doesn't last too long.
Yeah, so Victor lasts
He lasts shorter.
Less. Yeah,
Yeah.
he lasts less. He lost to those kicks again.
Yeah.
But Musashi got in close and he tried to strike. But Joe Wick was just too good in the pocket for Musashi. I think with the trip. But then I don't think we're giving Victor's natural bulk enough leeway. Cause look at who he's with in high tier. Like he's at least 50 pounds heavier than Musashi or Jeffrey or Joe Phonda. And it's like I have a hard time believing he's not at the top of high tier, actually.
Yeah, that's
Despite his showing.
Yeah, I think he has
Joe
no
Wick.
promise. If he wasn't
Yeah.
going against Joe Wick with
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention that was him hit in the face with the gun and kicked already.
Yeah.
And as you hear, the choice of sound effect in every fight scene that I edit is very intentional. Like the sound the hit makes, that's directly relative to how much damage it did. And you hear a bone crunch when Joe
They
Wick
put a lot of
lands-
bone
lands-
crunches
lands
in
that push
a lot
kick.
of the...
No, just not interesting, but
Okay. I'm fine with high tier.
I think Victor leads high tier, yeah.
What about competent and father? I think those two are also fun.
Does
I mean,
Bartender really lead competent there?
Competent.
Like, I think any of Giovanni's outcasts are better than any of these characters.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
true.
Jimmy lasts no time against Musashi, and Musashi lasts no time against Joe. So this scaling here, like this downward scaling works just about perfectly, in my eyes.
Okay. You can put in like...
Here.
What's that?
Keep up.
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah.
come to that. So now we're left to scale the bottom of competent correctly. I think we have it
LMFAO is
accurate.
over LMAO, which is over Liam, I guess, yeah.
Wait, no.
Wait,
LMAO
LMAO
is better than LMFAO.
Yeah,
I'm still confused. Because
LMFAO really tried to avenge his brother only to get folded like a...
yes, bro.
like a laundry.
Yeah, I think LMFAO's combat IQ is just too low. Because he went for a melee when he has a sword.
Yeah.
He got it dodged and then sliced his stomach.
You're saying he, but that was you.
That was me.
That was you. Okay, yeah. It's good. This looks good. It's
And
good.
no, Liam has to be better than LMFAO. Because
Oh yeah,
Liam is better against Joe Wick.
that makes sense to me. That's fine.
But is Jimmy better than the bartender? But for the bartender to be...
Not gonna lie, the staff choreography was kind of rushed, so we don't actually see a lot of like what Jimmy could do. So I don't know.
We
don't have enough data for Jimmy.
I think Giovanni's forces are better than the bartender.
Obviously, I mean, yeah.
I think you can debate. Like maybe we'll see in the next project.
They could, yeah. The next project that we
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
of course.
I think Fodder's correct.
Okay.
Wing Shing Ting lowest.
Darth Baber.
Darth Baber highest, the Redizsus in between. So now we're getting over favorite characters, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, fan favorite, right?
Cult classic.
Let's do like, and then
Hang on.
just
I.
I.
Okay.
So in editing,
Yeah.
we can look back. All right, so cult classic characters. No, let's start with the
just-
I character. Let's start with
The I characters?
the
Okay.
I.
I mean, every henchman, obviously. I mean, there are some good ones, like the ones that stick out, but in general, like
And is the order here correct too?
the kids, and then the slightly less kids,
Yeah,
and
don't cover
then
the kids. Cult classic.
I think
Victor's a cult classic. Put him in cult classic.
cult classic.
right now.
Okay.
Giovanni's a fan favorite. Wait, no, hold on.
I think Giovanni has a lot more potential. Like he could be a cult classic easily. If we push more, because he has a lot of his scene is pretty short, but he has a lot of potential. I think his acting scene was really good.
Bartender's
like
aight. Jimmy's aight.
Yeah.
Oops.
Wait, no, Jimmy's a fan favorite. You remember P is for pro reasons?
Alright, let's put the
LMAO,
LMAO and LMFAO brothers next to each other. Better than Shing Ting, but not. Musashi's he's aight.
I think he's fan favorite. Actually, you know what? These are just like.
Bro,
let's put a tier below.
This
whatever.
is just gonna be like, main characters up here, and then like
Yeah.
yeah. lower like what is the point of this?
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, and this is never explained in any of the Jeff Wicks, but Collar Bob from 2 is LMAO.
No one's gonna get that.
No
No
one
one's
understands.
gonna understand. No
But
one knows.
In the car scene at the beginning of Jeff Wick 3, right? It starts off with LMFAO telling Joe Phonda that LMAO has been taken out by Jeff Wick, right? That's the guy at the end of 2. In case you didn't know. Albright was like
Yeah.
his character's but his fighting is good.
His fighting is really good.
The fight was good, right? And how are Giovanni's outcasts? Whatever. They are
Honestly,
fan
the
favorites.
outcasts are fan
They-
favorites.
wait, no,
On my
no,
mom,
no,
bro.
no, they're cult
Cult
classics.
classics,
They're
dude.
cult classics.
On my mom, bro.
They're cult classics.
Dude, there's so many good lines in the club scene from the NPCs.
I think Joe Phonda's a fan favorite.
Okay.
Joe Wick is better than Joe Phonda.
Obviously.
Like,
obviously.
let's admit it.
Yeah.
Both in personality and
Joe Phonda doesn't
fighting.
have any personality. Joe Wick has some.
Like when did Joe Phonda ever show emotion?
I don't think he does.
Yeah. Let's keep him at I.
Yeah.
I mean, he's worse than Albright too, but better than Liam.
This is when I was just like, starting out, just like, okay, just say stuff.
I
and
think this is
do
good.
moves. This is
Definitely
when my
understand
acting
you.
career was not solidified.
So that is it. The definitive tier list.
The definitive tier list.
The
Yeah.
definitive scaling. So if you have any questions about how powerful
Don't
a
ask
character
us.
is,
Don't ask. No.
we've answered
Say it in
it
the comments.
right here.
It gives
Who do you
us,
think is strongest? Who do you
Gives us
think is-
engagement. Gives us engagement.
Yo, you
Yeah.
need to put timestamps because this is like
It is pretty long. It's
20
like
minute
20
long.
minutes. Yeah.
30.
20 minutes.
30
unless
minutes. Oh wow. Oh no, but there's like in between.
Joe, I can see the title. Joe Wick character tier list. YAP warning. Like-
Okay.
Okay, yo, are we done now?
yeah.
I think it's good. See you guys in the next one.
This summer, next Wednesday, starring Joe Phonda and Bryce Nguyen, will begin the trailer for the prequel to Joe Wick.
But next Wednesday, September 11th.